Hello, friends. 767 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. In southern war zone on Kherson front, no changes. Positional battle in Krinky, where both the armies hold 50% of the establishment. In Zaporizhia, exchange of long range weapons. In Rabatin continues. Russian army's offensive operations did not succeed, where it holds 15% only. Towards Verbov, northwest fight continues, no changes. Further east, in Rimivka salient close to Ugledar, battle continues near Volodymyrivka. Towards Stereomyersky, Russian army has made some advance towards Eurozone area. In north, Kupian-Swato direction, positional battle continues for Sinkivka, where Russians hold 55%, no changes. In Crimea Liman direction, Russian army moving forward, but slowly towards east of Terny and Yampulovka, and have also gained little bit in Serebryansky forestry. Coming to east, north of Soledar-Siversk regions, fight continues towards Vimka Ivano-Daryivka. As far as Belgorovka is concerned, Ukrainians regained their lost position. Bakhmut front, Ukrainians counterattack with reserves in Ivanovsky-Krasnoye direction did not yield any result, though now they hold 90% of this village. Heavy battle continues towards Bodanivka and east of Chasov Yar. Klishivka fight continues and no changes. Avdiivka in southern direction towards Nevelsky, no changes. Pervomaisky, good gains for the Russians, who now control 80% of the city, and fight is continuing in center. Tonenko, Russian army offensive operation continues towards Umensky, some small gains. Semyonovka, fierce battle continues on the southern outskirts. Ukrainians' regular counter-attack is able to hold Russian offensive operations. Berdichi, no changes, where again Russians hold 80% of the city. Marinka, south of it towards Novomikhailivka, Russian army made some gains, and Ukrainian defense seems to be weakening with every passing day. In west, Georgievka, Russians made some gains, while in north, Krasnogorivka, fight continues, no changes. Pobeda, again, battle continues, but no changes, where Russians hold 90% of the village. Interdiction missions, Russians are continuing their major strategic strikes deep inside Ukraine. This is now 8 to 10 days old now, using missiles, UAVs, hitting defense industries, enterprises, decision-making centers of Ukrainian army, UAVs producing facilities, POL depot, air defense, power systems, and other like temporarily deployed centers, including Ukrainian troops as well as mercenaries in Nikolaev, Odessa, Poltava, and other western regions. Ukrainians too continuing their strikes inside Russian territory and along the border of Belgorod, Kursk, and other regions. Nothing has been hit in southern part recently. Generally speaking, since January this year, Russian army is improving its position along the front line, special focus on Kupiansk Terny, now Chasov Yar and Klishivka, that is on Bakhmut front, Avdiivka, which includes Semenivka, Berdichi, in south Robotino, and also towards Ugledar and Novomikhailivka. So far they have taken 10 important villages, 3 towns and 1 city, which is approximately 275 square kilometer. Palestine Israel Middle East. IDF continues hitting targets around the hospitals in Khan Yunis and even in the north like Al-Shiva, and Palestinian counterattack with rockets continuing and has been witnessed increase on Lebanon border. West Bank, no changes. Ex-Israeli Minister Gadon Sar has said, "We are stuck in Gaza, Lebanon border, hostages and international arena." Yes, I do agree. Huge protest against the war has taken place. They are in Berlin, UK, Jordan, and even in Yemen, huge ones. And this is in addition to the farmers' protests all over Europe. Today there is a huge rally in New Delhi, led by almost 28 opposition leaders, with the call of restore democracy against the present fascist regime. How much will they succeed is yet to be seen. And we know, despite call from the UN Secretary General's spokesperson, that in India and elsewhere also, the elections must be free and fair. Opposition parties' leaders must not be put behind the bars, and their bank accounts must not be frozen, which is unlikely in India. That will continue happening. As far as the revolutionary alternative is concerned, there does not seem to be any hope in near future, though the smaller groups and other ones are trying to find way out. Unlike in US and UK, where the election is continuously held between the two parties, the opposition gets into power and vice versa since ages, decades, and centuries. And as far as people are concerned, they remain in the same old wretched conditions and worsening, in fact. And that's all. Thank you, friends.